After the 4th of July bye, the Titans are back home for their third straight home game to start the season.
AC goes in the direction of Jones. He's got it!
Week 4 ECFL football is up next. The Rhode Island Cowboys in town to square off against the Troy City Titans. Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud along with Keith Tebow from FRC Media. Great to have Keith with us for the broadcast, and great to be with you once again for more summer football. Well, Keith, it's been a tough start for the Titans. They had the bye this past week, and Coach Comer says that is helping them tremendously. They had, the extra time at practice. They haven't scored yet this season, and he really believes that the extra practice is going to help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. When you start the first 2 games without scoring any points, a lot of people will panic and they'll say, "Well, we got to get better. What can we change?" But I think with the Titans, it's just doing what they've done over the years, right? They've got a lot of players that come back year in and year out. They know how to play the game. They know what they're doing. It's just meshing and getting together and making the tweaks that they need to do to put points on the board, and hopefully we'll see that tonight.
Some of those tweaks we saw in their Week 2 loss. When Coach Comer came into the game and took over at the QB spot, they started to find a rhythm on offense, something we hadn't seen through the first 6 quarters of the season. They weren't able to punch it in, but the offense looked more fluid. And as the season progresses, with each bit of practice and each game, things will get smoother.
Yeah, no doubt about it. When we were doing the games, I was fortunate enough to do the games the past few seasons here at the Titans. And, AC would tell us the same thing. We need a little time. These guys, they don't work out year-round for football. They start spring with their practices, and then when they start playing games, they play games. These guys, as many of you know, they work during the week. So they're not in football shape all the time. So as the season goes on, they get into football shape. And that'll make them better as they play. And I think tonight we'll see definitely an improvement.
We'll hear from Coach Comer at the halftime break. But now Rhode Island coming in, the Cowboys, they're 1-1, and Coach says that they have one of the best receiving cores in the league. So going to be a challenge for the defense.
Yeah, definitely. Their first 2 games, they put a lot of points on the board. I believe scoring 27, last week, or 28, and then over 30 for their first game. So they can put points on the board, so it's going to be incumbent on the Titan defense to kind of tighten up to give their offense a chance to score points.
All right, folks, well, kickoff is just a couple moments away here, an 8 o'clock Friday Night Lights edition of the Troy City Titans football season. We hope to stick around. Keith and I are heading down to the booth. Live football next. Welcome back to Mac Aldridge Field. It is game time. The Cowboys and the Titans, as the Cowboys have kicked it off. They won the toss and elected to defer, bobbled by Adam Finn at around the 20-yard line, and he gets clotheslined just across the 20 as we are underway here. But the Titans will have first possession here in Week 4, their 3rd game of the season. Evan Massoud and Keith Tebow with you here from Durfee. And, Keith, we talked in the open here that, offensive rhythm is going to be a key here. And the Titans getting the ball first, they need to make the most of this drive.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see what happens. There's going to be more stability, I guess, at quarterback, as AC is going to start things off as he came off the bench in previous games. So to get that consistency, I would think, unless something goes awry, that we'll see him probably most of the game.
Yep, Coach Comer, he came into the game about halfway through it in Week 2, and he did not see any. He was not suited up for opening night. The quarterback duties solely belonging to Ryan Nave, but Coach came in to replace him, and there was definitely some more rhythm. And believe me, that's not saying anything negative against Ryan Nave. It's just a fact that the offense seemed a little more fluid. There were a lot of drop passes, but things seemed to be a little more in rhythm in the second half of last game. So, the bottom line is, right, when you're struggling offensively or in any phase of the game, if you see an improvement there, you got to go with what's working.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, good run there at the beginning. That's Jamal Pena, number 38, with a good 5-yard run. So a good way to get things going, trying to establish the running game early.
Titans were short on receivers. We talked about that over the last 2 weeks here, and really had to rely on the run, probably more than they wanted to. Although, you know, I did say this last week, I am surprised as Comer hit the deck hard. I don't know if he lost his footing on the handoff or got leveled on kind of a side swipe, but he went down. Now a couple push-ups and he's up.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I don't know if he got hung up with one of his linemen as he was trying to pull away after the snap, but he did get it off to Pena, and he got enough for a first down, another 5-yard gain.
That moves the chains, so good forward progression here. That's what you want, little chunks at a time. You know, one of the things I said, though, last week, and I was surprised, based on what I was told at practice, they passed the ball way more than I anticipated when you consider that they were short on receivers and like I said, what coach had told me. So they obviously had saw some things at practice that they liked those first 2 weeks, because they certainly passed it way more than I was anticipating, which is good. I mean, we see enough running in high school. I'm glad to see passes, you know. Typically in high school, you run the ball. You're lucky if you get a few passes in there that are solid, but it's usually a running game. That's going to be a loss for the Titans, backing them up maybe about a yard and a half as our line judge on this side, walking out to the 31, which would be a 1-yard loss. So 2nd and 11. Another nice night. We're in July. It's been 2 weeks since we were here, and this is very much like the last week of June. 8 o'clock start, 72 degrees. Some clouds rolling in, a light breeze. This is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done games before where we've actually done a game a couple of years ago where it was 100 degrees at game time. It was pretty steamy.
Well, the first week here, we were in jeans and jackets. It felt like March or April. It was so cold on June 18th for opening night, and then the 25th was much better, much like tonight. Felt like summer. I'll take this any day of the week. Pass outside, trying to cut back in here is Pena. Lost his footing a bit, and looks like he picked up a yard or two. They give him 3, so ball will be at the 34. Looking at a 3rd and 8. I'll take this. So we're talking about the weather here, and I know it's like, oh, there they go. They're talking about the weather. First quarter, we're already talking about the weather.
I know.
But I'll tell you, I've done enough games in this booth or on this roof in October, November, where I leave and, like, I can't feel my toes, can't feel my hands. My nose is running like a dog, you know, wet nose. It's brutal when it gets cold here. I'll take this any day of the week. I wish that Durfee football could be this kind of weather every single Friday that we're here.
We're just going to have to change the high school football season to, you know, July and August, September.
You know, there was a proposal, not so much for football, because they'll play in any weather, but I remember a proposal that was thrown out there as Comer looks to pass. Tight spiral, reeled in. Father-to-son connection, and AC Jr. across the 30 with about a 25-yard, maybe 30-yard connection there. Big play on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, nice play. Just a simple crossing pattern across the middle, and the ball was a little high, but Jr. was able to get up there, pull it in. It looked like he was going to bobble it, but he was able to secure it and run after the catch, as they say, the old yak. Gets him inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that little bump is, I think, where that contact that was made with the defender there, why the bobble, but the gloves came in handy there, held on to it. So the Titans across the 30 at the 28, 1st and 10. Looking for their first points of the season here. Been a tough first 2 weeks. couple opportunities at the end of week 2 that I really thought they were going to get into the end zone, and unfortunately were not able to. The handoff going to Johnny Rivera, number 47, for a short gain. We were talking about the high school season. I remember Greg Sullivan doing some profiles on coaches with the Herald, and one of the people he did an interview on was Kathy Noversa, former Hilltopper, and she's the girls volleyball coach and the softball coach at Diamond. And he asked her, if there's one thing you could change, what would you change? And she said, probably I would swap baseball and softball with boys and girls soccer, and have soccer play in the spring, and have the
Makes
diamond
sense.
sports in the fall. Why? Well, because the sports that play on a diamond don't play in all weather.
Right.
And the fall typically is better weather and better field conditions than in the spring. I said, that's actually pretty smart. The problem is you run into the travel teams and the 3-sport players, a lot of football players that play baseball. Now you're going to have to choose. So obviously there's a million reasons why you can't do something. Only takes one reason why you can. But there was, at the same time, a lot of good points there. I thought that was – I had never thought of that. So we got an injury timeout here. One of the Titans down on the field.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch the number.
Well, we got the binoculars out here. Looks like 64.
Yeah, Matt McDonald.
So a timeout here on the field as the athletic trainers out there tending to him. We'll bring you inside the booth here. Let's see here. Welcome inside the booth. There we go. Let's adjust that.
So let me ask you, Evan, obviously you've done a fair share of high school football. Obviously these are men, adults.
Yeah.
What do you see as a difference in terms of level of play? And I mean, it's totally different. And you know, you've got players here that are in their 20s right through their 40s in some instances.
I think the biggest thing is previous experience.
Yep.
Right? Because we cover only varsity, and there are a lot of players who are seeing their first varsity action. We've seen a lot of freshmen at the varsity level, you know, over the years. So I would say experience and size.
Oh, size is a big one.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
literally,
absolutely.
in some cases, literally.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this offensive line is something that Coach Comer told me week 1. He says, they're going to be our glue.
Yeah.
If they can hold the defense back, we'll have some time to make the plays and get the ball off or whatnot. But he says they are going to be the key to the success here. So,
and unfortunately, one of their linemen is down. Like I said, Matt McDonald, number 64. So we'll have to see how that impacts things.
Yeah, and he's still laying on the ground. So usually when it's something like that, it's usually a lower body injury, a knee, a leg. Not the leg, excuse me, your ankle, something like that. If you can't put weight. Now he's up, hops up, looks like under his own power, actually.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna walk off.
We'll take you back to the field here.
With a limp.
Yeah, a little bit of a limp, so he'll be out. He'll be out for a while at least. We'll see if maybe he can make his way back into the game at some point.
This is going to be a big third down coming up. Again, we were looking for that consistency with the Titans. And, you know, they had that big third down play, that big pass from father to son. Now another big third down, 3rd and 11. See if they can get a first down. And I would think in any situation, I'm sure they'll probably go for it here because they're inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. This, I would, 4th down territory all day long. But if they can get, obviously, if they can't get to the line to gain, they can pick up at least 6 yards and get halfway there. That'll be a tremendous help. But, yeah, some negative yardage. You know, we saw that big play, but we've also seen some plays for negative yardage. So, you know, the Cowboys have done a good job with the running plays here. After the first 2 that got them the first down, they've done a good job. So we'll see if they go to the air here on 3rd and 11. I would expect them to.
Yeah, they got 4 wide.
They got Barrows there. The tight end is actually protecting the QB. Wide open left side. And that's going to be a first down.
Yep.
That was Penna. Yeah, that was Penna. So he got open. And I liked that. I liked using Barrows. That was interesting. So Barrows is the punter, and he's a tight end. And they kept him back, almost in like a fullback position, to protect Comer from any blitzes left or right. You saw him maybe kind of, he looked left first, and he scanned the field like a quarterback. Kind of an interesting look, but he's a big body. He can protect.
As long as he can get to the spot, because he is a big body. If he's a little late getting to a spot, that may not bode well. But, yeah, I mean, always a good way to get some size into that backfield for protection. Again, 4 wide, again, for the Titans.
In the red zone, 1st and 10. Looks like Comer throwing some audibles out there as he was looking to his right, sets the man in motion. That was his son. Now the handoff. And diving across, or right at the 15. That was Barrows. They handed it off. So using Barrows here from the backfield a bit. Short gain on the play. Looking at 2nd and about 8. The hash marks just kind of fade out when you get
when you get
to that end of the field. And speaking of which, here we'll wait for this next play before a little program teaser here. 2nd and 8. Titans have used 9 minutes here of this first quarter. A time-killing drive so far. Would like to come away with points. Comer drops back, passes, it's picked off. Undercut the receiver. Did Dunstan Payne, number 4. And the first turnover of the game goes against the Titans. Another drive into the red zone that is stalled.
Yeah, that was I didn't quite catch which way the receiver was going, but either way it was either too far in front or too far behind. And the defensive back there just in the right place and able to bring it back all the way to the 35-yard line.
So a lengthy opening drive for the Titans, and they come up empty here. They'll turn the ball over. Well, one of the things, let's see, where were we? Oh, we were talking about the field here. So I had a chance to speak with Durfee Athletic Director Brad Buston this morning, kind of get a quick update at the timetable of the projects here, the athletic complex, because obviously some fields being built on the south side, and we have need for renovations of existing facilities as well. So got a nice update from him. You'll see that next Friday. The Fred TV Sports Report is returning with a new look. Going to be in the studio. We have this beautiful new studio. Very excited to make use of it. So we have some features coming up this summer, as we usually do. Some places we usually go, some places we haven't been to in a long, long time.
Nice.
So you'll hear from Brad Buston next week, Friday at 7:30. You'll hear from Brad. You'll hear from, we were at Maplewood Park for the Cal Ripken tournament, the U10 state tournament. And let's see what else. We'll have some highlights from this game as well. So, and some highlights from Chew Park. We'll be featuring Fribble and hopefully Legion. Legion's season is actually almost done, but they will be in the playoffs.
Oh, big hole.
Handoff, big hole, and a big surge ahead there. That looked like number 31 there.
Yep.
Josh Brandon on the carry, and that was a wide open lane there across the middle. Right through the pocket, and the Cowboys very quickly marching down the field. So yes, Fred TV Sports Report, join us on Fridays, 7:30. We have a good schedule of shows for you through the end of August. Passing down, oh, there is a bump. No flag.
They're calling incidental. That previous play was a big run there, 22 yards. Inside now the 35, 32-yard line is where it'll be second down now.
The incidental, the other thing is I don't think that was a catchable ball.
No,
I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, I threw it pretty much too far in front. And something interesting to note, Evan, speaking to Coach Rob Hamlin of the Cowboys, another father-son relationship coach and quarterback.
Yeah.
And he's a big boy at quarterback. Don't have his height and weight, but he's tall, left-handed as well.
Yeah, he's a presence out there for sure, and he can sling it. We've seen here in the first couple pass attempts. So 2nd and 10, dropping back, gonna shoot it deep to the corner. Has his man, touchdown, Cowboys. No flags on the play there. That was Ducci Arroyo with the catch down in the corner. Titans had defense there, but he beat him to the ball.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier that, AC was talking about how the Cowboys have probably one of the better wide receiver cores, and you saw it on this drive. 2 big plays, and one was a running play, one, of course, here the 32-yard touchdown pass. But it was the separation again that was drawn up there that resulted in that touchdown.
So some frustration here for the Cowboys in the opening quarter. A lengthy drive that came up empty thanks to the turnover, and then very quickly, in about 2 minutes' time, the Cowboys have marched down the field. They're going to go for 2, not kicking here. Going to the corner, and it is not.
No, he caught it.
Oh, he did bring it in?
Wow.
Wow, one-handed grab. That ball was going out of bounds. What a catch there from Quemo Monroe, the number 0. So an 8-0 Cowboys lead. We were looking at the standings, right before we went live, and Cowboys were basically allowing as many points as they were scoring.
Yeah.
So that doesn't bode well for a defense when you're just looking at 2 games. It's a small sample. And again, the way the Titans were driving, really thought they had a chance to at least get on the board first. Now they're going to play from behind, and that always changes things. But a very impressive, very quick drive there for the Cowboys, offensively coming in as advertised.
Yeah, and Coach Hamlin, I had a chance to speak with him before the game. He said they're going to go 4 wide pretty much the entire game, mix in a couple of runs, but by and large, you're going to rely on the arm of Eric Hamlin to get them down the field, and that was the case right there. They did have that 1 big run, but 2 big pass plays, a touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Deep kick. And a decent run back here out of bounds. Goes Penna. And right about the 30 or just across it. So not bad field position. Better than the first drive.
Yeah, by exactly 10 yards. They started on the 21 for their first drive, and now they're on the 31.
So here, the off week last week, 2 home games prior, and now the 3rd home game here. So 3 games, 3 at home, and then interestingly enough, the Titans are going to be on the road for the next 4 before they come back on August 13th. So a long stretch on the road here.
Drop snap.
Yeah, botched snap, and the Titans lucky to hang on to it. Comer falling on the ball to protect it. It is a loss of downs and a loss of about 3 yards.
So definitely so far the Titans, they were able to move the ball. They got the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line last time in the red zone, but through the interception. And let's just see how AC plans this this time. Good thing about being the coach is you get to call the plays in the huddle and as quarterback, but also can change it up when you need to. Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not that the offense, was not in rhythm and wasn't, making some plays on that last drive. It was a mistake, and turnovers are part of the game. You got to limit them. Turnovers are part of it. So now here, 3rd and long. Looks like they got a yard, so looking at maybe 3rd and a little more than 11 or less than 12. It's kind of that half-yard marker there. But definitely 3rd and long. Going to need a big play here. We're in the final 2 minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, the first couple of times they had the ball on third down, they were both passing plays. The 2 third downs, they converted both of them in that first drive. One was a big pass play of 39 yards, and it's actually going to be a timeout as the Titans are going to call a timeout with 1:40 left here in the first quarter. So we'll see if they can convert 3 third downs in a row.
First charged timeout here. Ryan Nave walking out to the huddle. Helmet in hand.
You know, I was we were talking before the start of the game, and you know, we at FRC Media had the privilege of covering the Titans for their first 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
There was no season in 2020, and I was talking about the uniforms, and I was
Right.
talking with you before, Evan, about what color uniform are they wearing today, and you were like, why? I said, well, if they have the dark uniforms with the red numbers, with my 50-plus-year-old eyes, not easy to see with the lighting. But fortunately for us, they're wearing the great contrast with the white tops and the red numbers, and very easy to see the numbers tonight.
I like the all whites. It looks sharp.
Yeah.
It's clean. The red helmets, the red numbers. I think it looks good on the field personally. All right, Titans break the huddle here. And looks like they're sending everybody out there from the receiver core. 4 wide, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Empty backfield. Comer stands alone and awaits the snap on 3rd and 11 here. Oh, and there is an offsides unless the line moves. They're ruling the play dead. There's a false start.
They're going to call it on Titans.
Yeah, Titans with the false start. First penalty of the game. And it comes at an inopportune time. The Titans will lose 5 more yards on the false start. 3rd and 16 after the penalty. You know, and that happened a lot last week too.
Yeah.
Even when they started to find that rhythm, something would stall the drive. Either a dropped catch or a big play by the defense or, you know, a quick 5-yard penalty here that just stops you dead in your tracks. You can lose the rhythm as fast as you can get it. And or, you know, the interception, another. You know, it is what it is. Everything's little mistakes here and there, and definitely was an improvement last week from week 1, or I should say 2 weeks ago from the first week. No doubt about it. Comer going to shoot it deep. Coming to the near side. Pass interference all day long.
Yep.
All day.
That was an easy one to call.
Yeah, Tyree Cherry Jones going to get the bad news there, but clearly pass interference on the defense. And that's going to give the Titans the first down and then some. A spot foul will put them actually a little further back up the field.
Yeah,
than
I thought it was
they were across the 50.
I thought it was 5 yards further up the field as well, but they're going to mark it at the Titan 48-yard line.
Interesting. Well, nonetheless, the chains move. These are the opportunities now you got to take advantage of. Titans get the ball right at midfield. Barros runs into a wall, spin move, and then drops just short of the line of scrimmage. So, again, it'll go as a loss on the first play.
Yeah, other than that opening series where they've got 10 yards, two runs in a row, 2 5-yard runs by Penna, the running game has been -1, -4, now another -1. So the Cowboys are doing a good job on making sure that they're containing the running game. And I guess maybe in some ways they're tempting AC to throw the ball.
Right. 3, 2, and 1. They will not get the playoff. The good news is that here as we end the first quarter, they're right at midfield. They won't have to go far to reset the field. So done with 1 here, a quick first quarter, largely in part due to the Titans' first drive.
Yeah.
It took a lot of time off the clock, but after 1, it is the Cowboys 8 and the Titans 0, but the Titans have the ball and are at or just about at midfield, hoping they can build off of what was a good start to the game before that pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, they've been successful on third downs. Again, even though it was a pass interference, I guess you can count it as a third down conversion.
Yeah.
If you do that when they do the statistics. So third downs, they've been efficient. It's first and second down that has gotten them in trouble, and of course the interception on their first drive. where they were deep into Cowboy territory from the 15-yard line.
Both teams heading back out and about ready for the second. I'll tell you one thing, these games move along.
Well, yeah, well,
the running clock helps.
Yeah, I was just going to say they employ the running clock.
Yeah.
And that always is helpful. Just for the fact that, this is a semi-pro league, but also in some ways to protect the players. As I said earlier, some of these players are not young. And, to shorten the game a little bit, I'm sure helps everyone in the long run.
Well, truthfully, a 15-minute clock here that's running, these games are just as fast as a high school game that's got a 12-minute clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously, if not faster. I mean, if you have a low-scoring night, you don't have a lot of penalties, and seriously, it makes a difference. So second down and a little more than 10. Comer dropping back. Pressure was there. And a dropped pass.
Yep.
He went to Comer Jr. And that time, not able to come up with it. So third down and long once again. Another opportunity for a third down convert. Doing it the hard way, Keith.
I guess so. It makes me think, now obviously not apples to apples, but remember that Patriots AFC championship against Kansas City? That overtime, 3 straight third down conversions helped them out.
I know, that was really, that was one of the greatest games. When they won that, I said, there's no way they're going to lose to the Rams.
Yeah.
That felt like the Super Bowl. That game. That was insane. It's kind of like it made me think of like the 04 Red Sox, when they beat the Yankees. I just said
it was a fait accompli. You thought about it.
Yeah, I said that was like the World Series. So I said there's no way they're going to lose to St. Louis after what they just did. Look at this run. Barrows getting yanked from behind, the jersey being held. Now the ball comes loose. The whistle's sounded. And they're saying he was down. Now there's
some extracurricular. I think that was away from the ball.
Yeah.
There were a couple of people. It was AC Jr. Messing it up with, I couldn't see who the Cowboy was, but they may be offsetting penalties, personal foul here. They were really mixing it up there on the ground.
And I'll tell you one thing. I think the Titans are lucky they didn't turn it over here, because it did look like the ball came out before a knee was down. Now there's still a lot going on here on the field.
Still a lot more jawing between the teams.
Yeah, Comer is in the middle of it, trying to calm his players and their players, as now kind of stepping into the coach role, if you will. So Titans should have it. We'll wait for the penalties here.
I would think they're going to be. I would think they'd be offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct. Both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So offsetting penalties. And it's fourth down and about 3 at the 45. So this is one of those now. This is like the one spot in the field where you kind of, oh, no, I'm sorry. Are they repeating the down?
Oh, I guess they're going to replay the down.
No, they're not. Nope, they flipped the card on that by accident. So there we go. So it's still fourth down.
Yeah, because it was definitely after the play.
Yeah.
Well, now they put it back to third. Oh, it is third down.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's good for the Titans. That's actually a good thing for the Titans.
Now they're going to move the ball. They're going to move the ball back, though. It's either going to be fourth down or they've got to move the ball back because it was 3rd and 11.
If they're replaying, well, no, because the fouls came. So the fouls came after the play was dead.
So it should still be fourth down.
Yeah, it should be fourth down.
They're talking about it. Yeah, fourth down.
Yeah. So fourth down. They're not replaying it down because the penalties came after the play, after the whistles. So it's fourth down and about 3.
They had it right the first time.
Yeah. So did we. And but the question now, right, so they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
This is like the one spot on the field where it's a really tough decision whether you go for it or not.
Well, it all depends. You said Barrows is the punter. I don't know if he was the punter last year, but it all depends on how good your punter is, too. If you've got a decent punter that can pin them down deep, you always go for field position.
Oh, yeah. He, what I noticed in the last couple of weeks when they were punting is kind of late getting it. Wow, Comer's doing it.
Yep.
And they do pin him down deep.
Yeah, well
down
done.
The field. That's great. Well done is right. When the couple times that they were punting over these first 2 weeks, it just took so long to develop that they were almost blocked every time. Like, it was like scary how close. So Comer pinned him down, though.
And the Cowboys are going to get it about their own 13-yard line. So
yeah, that's good. They make him use the field. I think that was the right move. You're down by 8, a little risky. You know, to when the ball is snapped, you're basically tossing from the 50-yard line.
Right.
That's a risky play. You don't want to force anything and give a turnover again. So,
or even if the way the Cowboys had their first drive moving down the field.
Yeah.
If you have a pass play there and it's incomplete, they're on their own 45-yard line. They get a shorter field.
Exactly. So. No, I think that was the right play, right move. So the Cowboys will have a long field here.
We have seen AC do that in the past, where it's 4th down, it looks like they're going to go for it, and he does the pooch punt.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, just very casual, like, all right, here we go. Just, kick it away.
He was kind of close to the line,
He was. They'll hand it off. Man was in motion. That's Arroyo.
Oh, he's got a lot of room.
He's got a lot of room and a lot of speed. That dug them out of the hole. Across the 40. Yeah, that's a great run. Explosive first play for the Cowboys on drive number 2.
Yeah, 29-yard pickup.
Well, on one play, they're right where they would have been, so maybe you should have gone for it on 4th down. See, this is what we have it easy. We can sit here
and second guess all we want.
Second guess and speculate all we want. You know why? Because we're not in uniform. We're sitting in a booth. That's the fun of it, though. We can talk it out. Another running play. That one did not start as cleanly, but still managed to get 4 to 5 yards out of it. Did the Cowboys. That time they went to Delancey Wright, number 21.
Yeah, 5-yard gain.
Halfway there. Ball marked at the 47. And it's going to be 2nd and 5. Some frustration defensively as Bobby Alves leaves the field. Frustrated with that run and the results of it. Pass play. Hamlin gets it off. Tight spiral deep down the field, and it should have been picked. It is broken up, but that should have been an interception. That was number 46 for the Titans. Not on our roster. One of the additions. There were some late changes to the roster before the game, but we did not get a number 46. That was a great play, though,
Absolutely.
to break it up. That's one, though. Again, you'll go back to that one too, and you could almost consider that a dropped pass.
Yeah,
that should have been picked. That was right in the hands.
The pass was intended for Dutchy Arroyo, number 2, and he did again have some separation.
Yeah, it was just a short pass.
Yeah, just unable to pull it in.
3rd down and 5. Pass again. And that is going to be good for the 1st down. Still on his feet. And then finally taken down just shy of the 30-yard line. That was number, come on, turn this way, my friend. Number 19 there, Marcelino Vega. So now we're starting to see the Cowboys mixing in some other players, right? As they got the lead, now they got that cushion. They can kind of do a little more of what they want. That's to the point of how important it is to play with a lead, particularly in football.
Yeah, that was a 21-yard pickup.
Yeah, another big.
Down to the 32.
Another big chunk of yards. 5 minutes already gone here in this 2nd quarter as they line up. And a motion fake to handoff play action. They go to the running back. Wide open. Tripped up.
Inside the 15 to about the 11-yard line. Another big pickup.
31. Josh Brandon. I actually like this 8 o'clock start better than the 7:30.
Why so?
The sun. It's much better for the camera.
Yeah.
No shadows.
No, but if it's Friday night in November, it doesn't really matter.
True. That's the key, right? With the conference changes to high school, losing the Big Three, and expanding to 5 teams. Almost all of what we do are conference games, and like for soccer, they play at 6. Brad has them playing under the lights.
Yeah.
So almost all the games, with the exception of field hockey, we're basically doing in the dark.
Well, that's going to be, I think, an offside unless it was drawn off.
Well, play was ruled dead.
No. Yeah, it's against the offense.
Yeah, usually if they rule it dead, it's going to end up being a false start. So that backs them up 5 yards. But yeah, I mean, seriously, we get to a point where, like, when I have to do a stand-up for an early game in the sun, it's like, I don't know how to do it. My eyes are so, we're used to seeing the lights and being here at night. It's really baseball, softball, and field hockey that we do outside when it's light out. Everything else is usually dark.
Well, you're nocturnal, I guess. Right?
Yeah. I don't mind it. I'm not a morning person. I have no problem admitting that either. So, and now, being so used to working later shifts, I really don't mind it. To the end zone.
Oh, another
dropped. Now bringing up second down. Had his man. Crossing route along the back part of the end zone there behind the defenders. That's a risky throw, especially after the Titans defense undercut a ball just, 2 or 3 plays ago, but unable to hold on to it.
I think that was Marquise Jones, number 9. Again, he was open in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
And there was a flag on the play. It looks like there was a holding penalty. It brought it back to the 27. So it's still first down.
So replay first down and the added yardage. You may be able to catch it, folks. Top left of your screen, there's a little green light blinking there above the field, and that's a drone. It looks like it's it's obviously the offense that's running it because they're always behind the play.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I have a drone, and battery doesn't last this long, so I'm curious they must have an upgraded version from what I have.
Yeah, it would have been.
Because I'm surprised it's still flying right now. Those things are amazing. What like the vantage points and the angles and what you can get. It's really pretty amazing. Still on his feet and then getting mauled is Brandon after about a 10-yard pickup here. We'll see where they spot it. Got back a good chunk of the penalty yards there.
Yeah, about 12 yards down to the 20.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a good play there on first down after the penalty. Excuse me, that was second down. This is third down now. Third down and 18, according to the marker on the far side.
I think it's second down because the first down was the penalty.
Right, so they replayed it because they took the all right, well, going to the corner, looking for help. Little push off. Does he have the feet?
He's got it.
Now it's funny. The Titans want a push off. I actually saw defensive push off.
Right. I think it would be more of a defensive interference, but it doesn't matter. It's a touchdown nonetheless, and that was Alex Young with the 20-yard reception.
That makes it 14-0. And, maybe they didn't call as Coach Comer kind of pleading his case, actually showing what he saw and kind of demonstrating on the ref. Got to be careful there. Honestly, I saw Titans pushing off. So if they were both pushing off, they're not going to call it one way or the other. They're both doing the same thing. So 14-0. The Cowboys have struck again. 6:16 left here in this first half. Remember, the Cowboys deferred to start the ball game, so they will also get the kickoff to start the second half as well. Going for two. They're 0 for 1 on 2-point conversions.
Actually, 1 for 1.
Oh, 1 for 1. Yes, excuse me. 1 for 1. I'm not adding properly here. All right, 1 for 1. Make it 2 for 2.
Yep,
16 to nothing. Yeah, thank you, Keith. 16-0 after 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. And the Titans have yet to find the end zone here in 2022. And, you know, that's one of those things where, I mean, they feel it. They know.
Yeah.
They know on the field. And the pressure mounts in that situation. You know, we saw it with Durfee a few years back when they had that god-awful 27-game losing streak. Yep. They were in the middle of it when I started. So it had started the year before I started working here, and then we went back-to-back winless seasons. It was rough. I mean, that's just like, it took me 3 years to see a win.
And the thing that's probably difficult, it may be easier on the high school level, Evan, than maybe here.
Yeah.
Because these are grown men. I know, being a grown man, is sometimes you can get really impatient, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what they've got to do here is they've just got to take it really, I mean, the old cliche, one play at a time.
Sure.
They actually have to do that now.
Yeah.
They're down by 2 scores. They've got to just get something going. Hopefully, they got plenty of time to put points on before the end of the half. So let's see if they can do that, build some momentum, get a stop to begin the second half, and then, you know, they can turn it around. No doubt about it.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, I'll tell you, you're right. I think the kids are a little more resilient in that respect. Little squib kick here, going to bounce. Tough to handle.
Oh, no.
Loose ball.
It was a muff.
Yep, and they did botch it up.
I think the Cowboys may have it. We'll have to wait and see. I think they do. I think the Titans were able to get it back.
I know the line judge, the official that was back deep on that far sideline came running in, pointed Titans' way. So what I'm wondering is, did the ball go out of bounds?
That's possible.
Because that would stop the play as well after it was touched. No flags, so obviously we know it was touched. It wasn't that it went out on the kick, but well, the Titans, a little sigh of relief there, caught a break.
Yeah. And they get the ball on their own 35-yard line. So again, not awful field position. Their first possession at their own 21, second on the 31. So this is the 35. So a little bit better every time. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Six minutes, 11 seconds. As Keith said, more than enough time. We saw the Cowboys score in 2 minutes. So more than enough time for a couple plays here to try to cut this lead in half before the break. Set up for a running play here. Fullback and running back behind Coach Comer, who's under center.
Just so you know, Evan, that drone's still up there.
Yeah. I don't know. Tripped up at the ankles there. Trying to get to the sideline was Penna for a short gain of about 2 yards. If I can see that drone with the binoculars, it's too dark. It looks like a DJI. It's probably the, it looks bigger. I have the Mini. It's probably the Mavic, like the Pro model, which does have a better battery life. It's amazing the technology that's readily available. But that thing's been up there for a while.
Yep.
That's been up there for a good 40 minutes. It's since the start of the game. So that was 45 minutes ago. That's pretty amazing. I don't know where it went now. Must be coming into land now. Maybe
went off to our left.
Yeah,
so.
I lost it. So maybe they're bringing it in now for a battery change. Their offense isn't out there. You know, it's a Titans offense time. So another running play. They go to Barrows, trying to follow the leader.
There you
Barrows
go.
still on his feet. Barrows down the sideline. He's going to run into Cowboy traffic before falling out of bounds at the 25. The biggest play from scrimmage in the game for the Titans. Wow. Barrows, he's a big guy, and he got down that field pretty quick. I guess once the wheels start rolling, he picked up some steam. Well, that woke up the crowd a bit too here.
That's a 39-yard run.
Cowboys will use a timeout, stopping the clock at 4:35. It's their second timeout of the half. Was that the largest play from scrimmage of the game?
For the Titans, no, they actually had a 39-yard, that pass early on from AC to senior to junior was 39. This is also 39 yards.
So they match their best. That's a big play. You just got yourself a big chunk of yards. Now capitalize on it. You're down at the 25, actually inside the 25, I think. It was 24.
Yeah, 24.
So they're in great position here to try to strike and at least answer these 2 touchdowns with some points.
And that'll be a big morale booster if they can do it before the end of the half. And it's one of those things where, you know, we talk about this a lot on the professional level, where if a team is driving, obviously you want to score whenever you can, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when the other team has a high-powered offense, you want to try to take some time off the clock. So if you do score, maybe score with about a minute left so you don't give them enough time. I mean, we'd love to see the Titans score right here, even at 4:35, but you would give the Cowboys 4+ minutes to potentially respond.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, I think absolutely this is a situation where, in this case, I'd say just score.
Oh, absolutely.
Get out there and score. Oh, the drone's back. No, you need to score. You haven't scored all season. If the play's there, do it. Oh, the Cowboys were ready for the run. Big time ready for the run right there. Jumping the line there was Danny Capo, number 10. 2nd and 10.
And I'm trying to see who that was who was running.
I'm a little surprised.
Got long hair, whoever it was.
That's 25.
Oh, Hartgrove.
Oh, Hartgrove. Yeah, we saw him. He had some snaps last week, some handoffs. I'm surprised to be honest, I'm surprised they ran it there. I know you just had the big running play, but that to me, like, I was expecting it. So I was kind of hoping that they would have maybe gone to the air.
And obviously the Cowboys were as well.
Right. And I suspect that they would have, because they just had a couple running plays back there. They haven't passed. 3:30 on the clock. 2nd and 10. Hartgrove.
Oh, it's a play action.
Yeah, they faked the handoff. Comer down to the end, out of bounds. And that was to Fonseca, I believe, number 2. That was number 2. Yeah, that was Antonio Fonseca with the catch.
No, actually, I think it was Jimenez, number 9.
Oh, was it? It was tough to tell. Yeah.
Oh, either way, it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, either way. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Will this be the drive that gets the Titans on the board here in 2022? Yeah, Jimenez is on the left side. Fonseca's on the far side. Oh, bad snap. They get the ball off. And can Hartgrove get in? No, he stopped. Forward progress gets him halfway there, though, according to the judge on the far side.
Again, almost another opportunity lost there as the snap was high. AC was able to come up with it, but only for a 1-yard gain.
Right. I mean, those are the things. Like, you're down in the red zone looking at 1st and goal. You can't squander that opportunity.
And now the Titans are content to burn some clock. 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Well, they only have 1 timeout left. No, they have 2. They've used 2, though. 1 and 1. Okay. So they do have 2 left. Oh, and now it looks like
they wanted the clock stopped. It was 2 minutes. It was 2 minutes.
2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning. Here we go, 2nd and goal from the 3. Comer with it.
Oh, he
lost his balance. He slipped. Passing end zone. Looks
Got
like
it.
they have it. Touchdown, Titans.
That is Fonseca on that one.
Yeah. Former Hilltopper Antonio Fonseca comes up with the catch. And the Titans have found the end zone here.
Well, that was a great drive. That was a good drive. Well planned out. Couple big plays there. Running play and then the pass play, getting them down deep. And they were able to take advantage of it. So hopefully this is going to be some momentum for the Titans.
In the huddle, looks like they're going to be going for 2 as well.
Yeah.
Comer dropping back, fires a laser.
Barrows.
And it's caught by Barrows to make it a 1-score game. It's 16-8. That's a great answer right there.
Absolutely. Again, as we mentioned just before this drive, take the little bonuses when you can, take the little steps, and they would to do that on this drive. It was a 6-play drive covering 65 yards. 2 big plays in that series, a 39-yard run by Barrows, then that 22-yard pass from AC to Jimenez, and then 2 plays later was the 3-yard touchdown pass from AC to Fonseca, and then Barrows with the 2-point catch for the conversion, and the Titans are back in it.
Titans are back in it. This really, truthfully, this game didn't feel like it was out of reach. It was just more that, like, you're waiting for them to score because you know they're going to score and you know they haven't scored. Now that they have, hopefully the defense can come up here with 1:51 and hold the Cowboys. The last thing you want to do is allow your opponent to score knowing they're getting the ball back to start the 3rd quarter. So,
yeah, the old double score. Patriots used to do that all the time.
So this is a big spot for the Titans defense to show their grit and what they can do here in a 2-minute situation. And sending it off is Jimenez. Line drive kick fielded down about the 15, now cutting back this way. That's number 5, Tevin Dale, with a great run back. Out of bounds at around the 40, 45. So excellent field position for the Cowboys. They'll have a minute 38, to work with here.
That was a good run on the return there by, I believe it was Tevin Dale, number 5. As he was at the far end of the field, crossed all the way across, was able to set the edge, turn the corner, and was knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So again, another decently short field here for the Cowboys with 1:38 to go.
Now, Dale is listed as a cornerback, but cornerbacks are usually pretty fast, and he had some speed. He crossed the field. He was on the far side and then crossed this way and was taken out at this sideline. So for the yards he picked up, he probably ran about double having to cross the field. All right, from the 45, Cowboys with it. They set the man in motion. They hand it off. That is Arroyo. And Arroyo has legs. Arroyo down the far side. Finally tripped up inside the 20. One big play.
Actually, they're going to say he was, yeah, just inside the 20 at the 19.
Wow. So from the 45 to the 19. Big chunk of yards there. Was it 36?
Yeah, 36 yards, yeah.
Wow.
The old jet sweep.
Yep. Perfect timing. That is a timing play. Get it just right to sell it. $128. Hamlin pump fakes, goes far side, wide open.
Yep.
And he sticks the landing. Wow. Well, that didn't take long.
Nope. That was Alex Young. That is his second touchdown of the game. And 2 plays, total of 55 yards.
Well, the defense did not have an answer in that regard.
No, unfortunately, they did not.
So a tough sequence right there for the Titans. As on 2 big plays, the Cowboys have made it a 2-score game once again. Timeout is being used.
That's by the Titans.
Yeah, by the Titans.
It's like there's a little bit of confusion on who should be out there. I count 10 guys. That's probably the reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know who needs to be out there. I still count 10.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's the 11th. All right. So having to use a timeout. Get the right personnel.
It's very discouraging. You know, you come back on offense, go down the field, get within 1 score, and then only 2 plays later, you're back down by 2.
Yep, trying to make it 16 points again here with another 2-point conversion attempt.
Yeah, there's a different quarterback in there now.
Yeah, it's number 2. That's Arroyo. And did he get in?
No, the flag on the play. He did not get in. It was incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, late flag. Or right at the end of the play, I should say. Not necessarily late, but. Oh, ineligible.
No, so it was actually, so the play is no good.
Yeah, that's it. So no 2-point conversion that time. It'll be 14 points, the deficit, with 1:20 left in this half. As fast as that first quarter was, the end of the second quarter here is dragging on with all the scoring.
Well, that's not a bad thing if you like high-scoring games. The scoring clock has to stop in between possessions, and let's see if the Titans can do something here with 1:20, or maybe try something and then maybe be content to run out the clock. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you know, again, we've seen some big plays. Honestly, we've seen some big plays for both sides. More for the Cowboys. Obviously, they're leading, but we've seen some bursts by the Titans as well, where they're picking up some decent yards on one play. So Cowboys just showed you can score in under a minute.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So we'll see what happens here. Penna and it's like number 3, or is that number 9? I believe that's number 9. Jimenez back deep for the Titans, back deep to receive. As they await the kick. Hamlin doing the kicking for his team as well.
I think it's a separate number 1.
Oh,
that's definitely not Hamlin.
No, that's, yeah, you're right. That's not the QB.
Oh,
no. Cowboys ball.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, at that point, don't touch it.
Yeah, you better have just letting it.
Seriously.
Well, I mean, you do have to get it because it would be in some ways, you know, it's a free ball after the 10 yards. And I think there's another Titan who's down.
Sean Cabral. He's up, though. And we will not see the Titans offense here. The Cowboys will have possession.
And it's going to be at the 34-yard line. Well, a minute and a half is probably going to be more than enough for the Cowboys based on that last drive. Let's see what they do here, see if they go right for the end zone on the first play. It's always worth a gamble.
I mean, honestly, you're getting the ball back. Why not? I would.
Well, a lot of times you'll see when there's a turnover, the offense likes to try to take advantage.
Yeah.
And go deep. So let's see if they can do it here.
Starting on the Titan side of the football field. Fake the handoff, quick pass to the near side. That was to Monroe. Monroe cuts back.
Well, how about one play?
See you later. 10 seconds. 28-8, and into the night he goes.
That was a 34-yard touchdown pass. Again, just a little out safety in many ways, right? And you know, if you're the Cowboys, you get that pass and he's caught up. Maybe you just say, okay, let's just go into halftime. But again, the explosiveness on the part of the Cowboys. And again, that's the second touchdown pass now for Monroe. He was the recipient of the first pass early in the first quarter.
So what was a 16-point game, or excuse me, an 8-point game is now up to 20. And the Cowboys lining up to go for 2. That's very deflating.
Yeah, that could be a killer. No doubt about it.
Oh, bad snap. Gonna heave it up there. There is a man in the end zone. 2 of them, they collide. And it's no good.
Well, that would have been something if they came down with that.
Yeah, Arroyo sent it in the right direction. It looked good for a minute. And now it looks like they got a Cowboy down there in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, there was a
collision.
I was just gonna say there was a big collision. 4 players were in the neighborhood there.
Yeah, player down. That's not good. So an injury timeout here on the 2-point conversion.
Was there also a penalty on that play? There was a flag on the play as well. So apparently the penalty was against the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, you know, you're the Titans, you decline the penalty. And
yep. And you just go to the kickoff. But they're lining back up here.
Yeah, well, maybe it was against the Titans. Right. The gentleman here running the scoreboard said the initial call was ineligible receiver. So that would have been on the offense.
Right. So why would you ever line back up?
And we know there's no such thing, and I'm making a joke here, as an ineligible defender.
Yeah.
No, this was the wrong signal, the wrong penalty. So apparently that was.
It was against the Titans.
Yeah.
Because they're halfway to the goal, half the distance. All right, redoing it. So 2-point conversion. Take 2. Good snap.
And he's just going to run it in.
Yep.
And he did.
Arroyo broke the plane. And it is 30-8 in favor of the Cowboys with 60 seconds to play in this half.
Well, one of the things that was interesting, and I had the opportunity to look at the games that both teams played heading in. Both teams did play the Connecticut Panthers.
Yes.
And last week, I believe the Panthers were the first team that the Titans played. It was funny, they played the 2 teams from Connecticut to start their season. But last week, the Cowboys did, and they defeated the Panthers. So I guess when you're the Titans, you can look at how, each team played similar opponents.
Of course, scoreboard watching.
And but it looks like right now that definitely the Cowboys have definitely the advantage in speed, and in terms of in some instances on offense, a lot of the receivers are tall as well, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, we said it in the open. Their receiving core is one of the best in the league. Coach Comer also said that. And we're seeing it tonight. And let me tell you, too, Hamlin can throw it. So we're seeing why the Cowboys offense is very strong and feared, I guess you could say. Well, maybe feared is not the right word, but well-known.
Right.
That's for sure. Oh, the Titans will have the ball at what looks like the 42-43.
I think you probably try one play here to try to get some momentum, and then if not, just go into the left side of the field. I was going to say the locker rooms. They don't go into the locker rooms.
They do have one timeout, so they can stop the clock if
they've got a big play down the field. Yeah, absolutely.
They can stop it to get down there and then start working from there. You can already see, though, how spread out the Cowboys' defense is. They're expecting a pass down the field. So they have, looks like they got almost like a second safety out there. They got 2 men down the field, about 15 yards. They're off camera. There's one of them just came in off the left of the screen. Comer, quick pass across the middle is good to Penna. He's down at the 40 or 41. Quickly down, reset the play. The chains are what's holding it up here. AC looking left. Oh, it's off a helmet. And incomplete. That'll stop the clock.
That first play was 16 yards. And this next one was incomplete. 36 seconds left.
And he fired a laser right across the middle there on that first play. 36 seconds. 2nd down and 10.
Again, another empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right.
Oh, yeah, passing all day here. Sidearm to the far side. What a burst of speed. AC Jr. down at the 25. And now a little skirmish and a flag comes in after the play. Not the first time tonight that we've seen tempers flare.
Let's see if it's mutual or just on one side. Refs are still talking about it.
I only saw one flag, though. Let's see. Wow. Personal foul on John Pierce of the Cowboys. He's been disqualified. Titans use their last timeout.
That's wise. Smart move. As the ball now is inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah. I didn't see what happened. But to get disqualified. Wow. I give our head official here some credit. He comes out where you can see him, and he yells. You can hear him.
You can hear from the booth, yeah.
Now, I mean, it is kind of quiet here, but still, it's nice to be able to hear him. You know, for high school, you usually can't hear the officials very well. So you're really relying on eyes. And, luckily, you know, in high school, we have basically a full booth, so there's a lot of eyes on the play and the official. So usually somebody will come up with it. If I'm having to, you know, deal with the broadcast side of things, someone else in the booth is seeing what's going on.
Right.
You know. All right, ball is at the 13. 1st and 10 for the Titans with 27 seconds, no timeouts remaining here. Can they get a score? Almost picked off. Reaching for it there and getting a finger on it. Looked like that was Donald Johnson, number 18. The incomplete pass will stop the clock. Well, wouldn't this be something if the Titans can get one back here before the half? That would really change the complexion a little bit.
Well, absolutely. You know, this game is a lot about momentum, man. You know, if you're the Titans, you know, coming in at 0-2, got your first points of the season earlier in this quarter.
Sure.
To get a little more, that's, again, you can build upon that. Then you got to work on, obviously, the other side of the ball, on defense.
Yeah, 100%. Second and 10. Pressure coming there. They brought the house to blitz them. 15 seconds. Going to have to get up there and.
Yeah, they don't have any timeouts left.
No.
They're going to have to spike the ball.
They have to spike the ball and go to 4th down.
I don't know if they're going to have time.
They're not lined up.
They got it off.
Oh, all right. They're just running a play. Comer goes down. And that's how the half will end. A valiant effort, honestly, for what little time there was on the clock. A great effort by the Titans to try to get into the end zone. But unable to do so here as the first half comes to a close with the score. The Cowboys 30 and the Titans 8. So, Keith, you know, we've seen some good things from the offense, just not a lot of results, but it's definitely progressing in the right direction.
Yeah, and I guess now the question comes on the other side of the ball on defense, as they have not been able to stop the Cowboys at all. 4 possessions, 4 scores.
And really, the bulk of that scoring, they're coming in the last, 3 minutes of this half.
Yeah.
Not the way you want to close out a half after you've just scored your first touchdown of the season, meaning the Titans.
Right, no doubt about it.
All right, well, you know, as I said, you know, we had a chance to talk with Coach. We'll bring you inside the booth here before we cut to the soundbite. So, you know, we talked about the extra practice. You know, Coach says there's no excuses. You got to catch the ball, right? That's your job as a receiver. And again, you know, so when he says no excuses, they were short on receiving. We know that. But they got some players back, and he was very optimistic about, again, having that extra week, not having a game last week, try to get back to full strength, to have a bye early on. So here's Coach, and, you know, we'll be back with reaction. Hold on.
Just need to catch the football. It's just that simple. We got to catch the ball. We catch the ball, we win. No matter who's on the field, I can get them the football, no matter where they are. It's just, again, it comes down to fundamentals. You got to catch the football. You know, we had way too many drops, way too many my bads. That's not what we're looking for this week. You know, we got a good team coming in here with 4 of the best receivers that's probably ever played semi-pro football together. They're that good. So we got a good test this week, but We're going to catch the ball this week.
So, again, you know, the thing is offensively, we're seeing progression, and Coach has been happy with practice the last 2 weeks, including last night. They're in the huddle now. We'll see what the second half has in store for us here. About 12 and a half minutes left in halftime, so we'll see you on the other side. Keith and I will be back with the third quarter. Stay with us here, live football on Fred TV.
Welcome to the Fall River Fire Department. Mass General Law, Chapter 148, Section 12, specifically prohibits the private use of fireworks within the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. One of the issues that we have is we're so close to other states. Rhode Island, we border Rhode Island, we border New Hampshire, and fireworks are legal in those states. So what happens now is we have, on a regular basis, people transporting fireworks back and forth. And there's a fine from $100 to $1,000 and can be up to a year in jail as well. It's dangerous. We've had fireworks that have been used by public display that actually have caused house fires. I know one in particular. It was around Kennedy Park area where a bottle rocket was shot off and it landed inside a roof window that was open for ventilation, and it caused a fire inside the building. I know that every year the Fall River Fire Department, EMS division, and the fire service responds to multiple calls because of errant explosions. And I can tell you, from being a veteran, I know that some of my brothers in arms, you know, somebody that has PTSD, it can bother them. So again, it's something that's illegal, and it's something that's dangerous, and it's something that can be a bother to other people. So again, in Massachusetts, we ask the citizens, and specifically Fall River, not to use illegal fireworks.
Farmers markets are an essential source of fresh produce. Starting June 21st, locally grown fruits and vegetables are available at 3 locations in Fall River.
Hi, I'm Sarah Labasi, our Mass in Motion coordinator. You can shop here at Cardinal Madeira Towers on Fridays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
In addition, join us every Tuesday at St. Anne's Hospital, also 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Wednesdays, 2 to 5 p.m., stop at Health First Family Care Center. SNAP and HIP benefits are always eligible. WIC and senior coupons may be used as available. Southeastern Massachusetts Agricultural Partnership supports sustainable farming. Mass in Motion promotes healthy living. For more info, visit the CMAP website at cmaponline.org or call Mass in Motion at 508-324-2405. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well, at Mass in Motion FR. Our goal is to keep you healthy, active, and safe all year long.
The School Administration Building at 417 Rock Street was built over 100 years ago by craftsmen from around the globe.
And Mr. and Mrs. William Brayton, mill owners, raised their 9 children in this statement home.
Decades later, the property became too costly for a single family and was gifted to the Fall River School District. Architects reconfigured the 22 rooms to accommodate administrative staff.
By 2018, this historic structure was compromised, eliciting mold and water damage. Once dubbed the last big house on the hill, this extraordinary piece of architecture was in poor condition.
Care was shown to restore artistic elements, including the circular railing and banister, chair rails, crown molding, antique and oak flooring. And the building is now handicap accessible.
Roof work was the primary concern for the Brayton house. This new pitch surface directs water to a modernized drainage system.
10 years ago, Fall River residents voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act, which allows for a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills to incentivize history, travel, diversity, and recreation. CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
Fall River is in the forefront of honoring members of the armed forces. The Community Preservation Act funded upgrades to the Veterans Memorial Bicentennial Park. In May 2021, Fall River dedicated the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, an 80% scale replica of the original. The aluminum panels are engraved with the names of more than 58,000 heroes killed or missing in action during the Vietnam War. The project, including landscaping, exceeds recreation and open space requirements set by the Community Preservation Act. 10 years ago, Fall River voters approved a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills to incentivize history, travel, and diversity. $310,000 was designated to build this powerful tribute, which has become a location for reflection and healing. The park is now fully handicap accessible and is open to all at no cost, dawn to dusk. CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
The Gothic Revival-style arch at Oak Grove Cemetery signals the final resting place of some of Fall River's most prominent residents.
Since 1873, thousands of funeral processions have passed through these ornate iron gates. War heroes, abolitionists, mill owners, and Lizzie Borden are buried within these walls.
Despite fine craftsmanship and historical recognition, the arch was unable to withstand time and the elements, and was in danger of collapse.
10 years ago, Fall River residents voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act, which allows for a 1.5% surcharge on property tax bills. This cherished landmark was saved with funds through the Community Preservation Act.
In just 5 months, this time using some modern machinery, local contractors refurbished the granite arch and replaced sections of the gate.
A uniquely Fall River work of art and a respectful reflection for the dead has been saved for future generations.
CPA funds have supported thousands of significant projects in Massachusetts. Thank you for your continued interest in community beautification and betterment.
Watuppa Rowing Center is uniquely located on South Watuppa Pond in Fall River, the only school of its kind in the region, tuition-free and open to all.
At Watuppa Rowing Center, we're really looking for you. There's so much potential here, guys. Like, you can be a part of something so cool.
South Watuppa is a non-tidal freshwater pond, large enough to accommodate a 6-lane race course. For most of the year, we are out on the water, and during the winter months, our rowers head inside for strength and conditioning.
I thought it would be a good idea just to try it, and I came here and now I'm stuck, I guess. I love it.
We would like to have athletes or kids that want to learn to row, no matter the background, because that is how you get the diversification. This is a sport that can fit anybody who wants to do it.
Our schedule is flexible. When you are ready, we are here. We want to make you the best you can be.
We're kind of up and coming. What we want is to make sure that rowing is accessible to anybody and everybody who wants to try it.
From your first practice to your first regatta, our experienced coaches will be there to support and encourage you.
WRC fight! I've been looking for a new hobby, so I tried it out the summer program and I really liked it.
At first it's going to seem real hard, but the more that you do it, the easier it gets.
Student rowers learn hard work, dedication, and integrity, vital skills that directly transfer to real life off the water. Crew is the ultimate team sport.
Ready and go! 5! Yes!
When we get in that boat, we know we all have to watch out for each other, make sure we're all doing our jobs, because each part of the boat has their own job. And if you're not doing your job, then someone else is going to suffer.
Rowing can be another course to higher education. You might even be eligible for scholarships.
Our goal for us as coaches, right, is to like build that foundation right now, get those kids, get high school kids, get middle school kids that might like to do it, and hopefully they love the sports as much as we do, that they want to take it to the next level.
At Watuppa Rowing Center, there is so much to see, so much to learn, and so much to love, and it's right here where you live. For more information, visit our website at watupparowingcenter.org.
Fall River Public Schools has opportunities for positions in multiple areas for people looking to work with the next generation. Come grow with our team. We have openings for teachers, paraprofessionals, and teaching assistants, and other educational support positions available. We are also looking to fill operations support positions such as custodial, security, and food service. We offer competitive salary and benefit plans. We have rewarding work available in our 21st century schools and learning environments. Come grow with us. Please contact the Human Resources Department at 508-675-8420, extension 53708, or see our postings on our website at fallriverschools.org.
Welcome back here inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Third quarter about to begin here at Mac Aldridge Field. The Titans have taken the field. We'll take you out there. Evan Massoud and Keith Tebow back with you here for the second half of Week 4. The Cowboys and Titans and Rhode Island with a 22-point advantage here and the ball to start the third. Keith, you've been keeping score and keeping stats here, so some first half numbers. Take it away.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, the key is obviously the Titan defense, as they've been unable to stop the Cowboys at all. 4 possessions, 4 touchdowns. The first touchdown was a Hamlin pass to Monroe, Quimo Monroe. That was a 32-yard pass. The 2-point conversion was good. That made it 8-0. Then on the next drive for the Cowboys, it was a 20-yard pass from Hamlin to Alex Young. Again, 2-point conversion successful. It was 16-0. Then the Titans came back and actually scored their first points of the season on a 3-yard touchdown pass from AC to Alex Fonseca. That made it 16-8. And then the Cowboys, again, 2 late scores in the second quarter. And we're back.
Did that go 10 yards?
Yeah, went about 20 yards to the 50-yard line.
Oh, to the 50. You know what? I looked up for a sec. I looked at the monitor, and then I looked up for a second. For some reason, I thought they were kicking off from the 40. My bad. Short kick, either way.
Yeah, it was a line drive kick that was taken up, I believe. That was taken by Donald Johnson, number 18. He took the ball, went back 10 yards to the Titan 40. So, again, good field position for the Cowboys to start the second half.
Yeah, and the Cowboys don't need help with field position tonight. They've had decent field. Their last scoring drive was what got them to 30 points. They scored on 1 play, and they were on the Titan side of the field.
And so interesting to see what adjustments were made by the Titan defense at halftime. And we'll find out pretty quick as the Cowboys get the ball back again with very good field position at the 40.
Hopefully some significant adjustments have been made defensively, because they really have not had an answer for the Cowboys to this point.
Something I've noticed, Evan, I don't know if you know, in talking with AC about the team, it seemed like in years past they had actually more players physically. I mean, more numbers of players. And this looks like a very thin squad this year.
Well, I can tell you, too, it seems like based on who's on the field, there's certainly more numbers on this roster than players that are suited up here and actually present tonight.
Well, that could be partly because of the schedule, right? This game was originally scheduled for Saturday.
Right.
And they had to change it to Friday night, so maybe there was some scheduling conflicts. You know, with these semi-pro leagues, these people have work lives and family lives, and this is a hobby for them. And if they're not able to make it, they're not able to make it.
And that's the challenge. And Coach said that, too. You know, we only practice once a week, and it's hard because they're only seeing each other once a week, and then it's game day. So I think you're right. I think the rescheduling has a lot to do with it. Coach said they lost a couple players this week, but there were 10 new faces, he said, on the roster, on the team. So there should be more than what you're seeing. And according to the roster, there's certainly more to be had. And more to suit up than what we have here tonight.
Yeah, great first play there on the defense as Damian Nance was held to a 1-yard loss. So good way to start the second half on defense for the Titans. Let's see if they can continue it.
Yep, so 2nd and 11. Always look for a decent start on your first play after the break. A defense that, you know, honestly, the defense has not been out there as long as the offense, because the Cowboys have scored. When they've scored, it's been quick. It's been quick hits, and that's it, and then they're off the field. So the defense, I wouldn't say the defense is tired. I think that schematically they just didn't really have quite the answer, but they have had 2 very good plays to start the quarter here, to start the third.
Yeah, another 1-yard loss.
Yeah.
Again, that was a jet sweep to Marcelino Vega, and he was shut down for a 1-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and long now for the Cowboys.
Well, 3 and out would be impressive. It'd be the first time tonight for either side, if memory serves right. We haven't seen a 3 and out. We've only seen 1 punt.
Correct.
So 3rd and long. 3rd and about 12. Oh, and we got movement. Play is dead. So should be a false start. That's the indication.
Yep.
Five-yard penalty.
And move it back to the 47, 3rd and 17.
This is a big opportunity for the Titans. Hamlin looking to pass, has time, surveys, going deep, down the sideline, has Arroyo. No, it's too long, not catchable, and incomplete.
And there you go, first 3 and out, and unless they
really
Cowboys want to go for it.
I was going to say, unless they get really gutsy and go for it.
Well, I mean, you know, up by 22.
They could. They're not leaving the field.
Nope.
No. So 4th and 17. And the Cowboys, we'll talk about it in the huddle. Titans with 1 man back deep just in case. That's looks like that is Comer Jr. back deep. And not really too deep, just kind of out there. Batted away on 4th down. Corner blitz. That was Chancellor Latai.
That was a good good way to start the half.
Absolutely.
On defense for the Titans, knocking it down at the line of scrimmage. And now let's see if the offense can respond and, you know, getting, you know, another 8 points here. Cut the lead to back down to, you know, 2 scores.
That's a big play. 4 and out, essentially. Negative yardage on the drive. It's probably the best 4 plays the defense has looked all season, honestly. And you're facing a really good offense here in the Cowboys. So credit to the Titans. Good adjustments, at least on that one series.
Absolutely.
And they'll have good field position, some of the best field position that they've had offensively in the game. They'll start at their own 47, right around midfield here, 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Barrows, who had a great run, a 39-yard carry in the first half. That one is good for 11 yards. No, yeah, 11 yards. Good for the first down on 1 play.
Again, that's two good runs tonight thus far for Barrows. Did a 39-yard run that was part of that touchdown drive in the first half. So good to see Barrows with the running game and good blocking up front opened up that lane on the left side.
So they get the ball to the 42 and now into enemy territory. And it's 1st and 10. Comer steps up, fires a laser, it's tipped and almost picked off. It went through 2 Cowboys' hands and then finally ended up on the turf. But tell you, AC stepped up. He put a lot behind that one, and that might be why it wasn't picked. It was really, really slung in there.
That was a great play, actually. He went to hand it off and actually brought the ball back toward his hip.
Yeah.
So no one really knew that he could have given it up on the run, but then fired the ball down the middle. Was tipped by one of his receivers. Didn't quite see who that was, and then the Cowboy defender had a chance to pick it off and just fell off the turf.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. They go to Barrows. They hand it off. Barrows pumping those legs, diving forward across the 35. Another good run.
That's a 9-yard pickup. I guess call it 8. And there's a flag on the play, though. There was a flag on the ground.
Yeah.
Or is that?
No, that's a flag.
No one's picking it up. Did it fall out of the ref's pocket?
Does anybody know it's there? Does anybody really know what time it is?
Does anybody really care? Could it be a towel? It could be a towel.
That actually is.
It looks more
it's
orange.
Red. Yeah.
It's more orange than yellow. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a towel. It's a towel. It's funny under the lights the way it was positioned. So no flag. It looked like a flag from here, but on the camera. Thanks, Craig, upstairs. Good shots there. The ISO on the towel. Somebody was throwing it in.
A little too early for that.
Too early. 2nd and 2, and it is tipped. I don't think, no, out of bounds it went.
No, it was incomplete.
Incomplete. So 4th down and short. It's amazing when the play's in the field, how quickly things go. We're already halfway through the 3rd quarter. It feels like it just started.
Well, again, the benefit of the rolling clock. And at the end of that 2nd quarter, there was a lot of back and forth, some scores, some penalties, timeouts, and that will slow the game. But normally you'll see the 1st and 3rd quarters go quickly.
Yeah, 9:40 here. We started right at 8, so coming up on an hour and 3/4 real time here of our broadcast. Dropping back. Little lobber. That's going to be good on 4th down. A conversion for the Titans. Out of bounds is Jimenez, but he got those yards after the catch.
Yep.
Those all-important yards, so 4th and 2, and a strong pickup there. Down, ball's going to be at the 21.
Yeah, 13-yard pickup on that play. Again, you know, the Titans have had success on 3rd, 4th down conversions when they went for it. More than, you know, they've converted more than they haven't.
Yeah.
There's only one punt in the game.
It's almost like they need to see what the defense is doing those first 2 plays, and they can, all right, here's what's working. Here's what we're going to isolate. And I'm sure, you know, I bet having your head coach as the quarterback out there helps because he's on the field scanning the field and seeing what's working and what's not firsthand. He's participating in the play.
Yeah,
he's not on the sideline. So, you know, you see Bill Belichick would say all the time, it's a player's game. Well, in this case, you get the coach on the field. You know, I think that helps. Down into the corner, throws it away. There was pressure there, and someone lost a helmet.
Yeah, not really a good throw there as AC was off his back foot, tried to heave it down. He actually had plenty of arm there. He's got a strong arm.
Yeah,
and
it really
there
does.
was no one in the vicinity, though, to catch that.
No, and in fact, it actually landed out of bounds, so it was past the end zone. So 2nd and 10.
And I think it's going to be a timeout. Titans want a timeout here. So that's their first of the second half with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Yep, that'll stop the clock here.
So you were mentioning earlier, Evan, that interestingly the Titans, it's kind of a weird season for them in terms of their schedule. First 3 games at home, next 4 games on the road, and then
really weird.
Yeah, and then they're back at home. It's sort of like a home, you know, one here, one there. They do have a couple of away games in a row there. I think they play home and then they're away again for a couple of games, or how's that working out?
They got a 10-game schedule. So they're going to be in Chelmsford next Saturday against the Mill City Eagles. Then they rematch against the Cowboys at the Corrigan Sports Complex, which is in Central Falls. Then the Connecticut Mustangs and the Connecticut Panthers rematches of weeks 1 and 2. Then they come home. They'll see Marshfield here, non-divisional play. Then they're away. They got a bye. Then they're away. Then they get a bye, and then they're home to end the season. So two weeks off, 2 games in 4 weeks, the last two games. So it's kind of stretched out there, end of August into September. The season finale is here on September 10th. Big tackle there. And a loss. So the season finale is home here in September against the Southern New England Admirals, who are, and that's actually who they'll play the last 2 games of the season. It'll be
home and away,
home and home with a week in between. So 4 straight road games here over the next 4 weeks. No buys. So the 16th, the 23rd, the 30th, and then August the 6th. And they'll come home on August the 13th. And you're pinch hitting for me that game because I'll be away. I'll be out of town.
Happy to do so.
And I appreciate it. And it's been great. You know, how many years, right? We've never done anything, you and I together. I know you and Pam do the election coverage
right.
And you know, and whatnot, and we team up for that. You and I have never done anything together. So this has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 10.
A little movement there. I don't know.
Just a little?
Yeah, another 5-yard penalty.
Just a little bit there. That's a false start. Honestly, a pretty clean game from a penalty perspective. You know, we saw a couple personal fouls, unsportsmanlike. We saw the pass interference right in front of us. And then we've seen a few false starts. That's kind of been about it. We haven't seen any no offsides or, neutral zone infractions. We haven't seen any holds, which is shocking.
One interference penalty early on that first drive.
So it really has been a rather clean game. But, it's again, you had a few nice plays here. Then the loss of yards on the, or actually no gain, I should say, on the completion. and now the 5-yard penalty. You're looking at 3rd and 15. These little hiccups in a drive don't help you at all.
No.
It makes it that much more difficult. 3rd and 10 is enough. Now 3rd and 15. Empty backfield. AC is going to be going to the air. Who will he target? Has protection and time. Lots of time. Going to fire it down the field into triple coverage, and it is the second pickoff of the game for the Cowboys. That was not a good area to target.
No, there were 3 defenders down there, and I think the only Titan in the area was Fonseca, number 2. He was the intended receiver, and the ball was underthrown, and that's always usually a recipe for disaster.
Yep, just the one down there. That's not helpful. So
that's the second pick of AC tonight. That first drive in the first half, and now their first possession here of the second half.
Yeah, and that comes after what was a very good defensive stand by the Titans to start the second half. The Titans here offensively used better part of 6.5 minutes again. So the time of possession is heavily skewed to Troy City.
Yep.
But Rhode Island, with the points advantage, and ultimately, that's all that matters.
Right.
It's who's ahead at the end of the night. Doesn't matter how you get there, how pretty or how ugly it might get. It's the team with the most points at the end of the night, at the end of 60 minutes.
Well, the Titans had a good defensive stop first series for the Cowboys. Let's see if they can do it again.
From the 20, 1st and 10, 3:46. Flag coming from the backside of the field here.
Yeah, wait.
Well off the play.
There. Yeah.
So this will be interesting.
Did any receiver have the opportunity to get that far?
No.
Too many men.
Oh.
Too many men on the field. So that's going to be, well, that'll probably be declined, as I believe it was enough for a first down, or was it? Illegal. The official is illegal substitution, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was enough for a first down.
So too many men on the field. That might have, you know what? That might have been the call earlier. Because remember we were counting players,
right.
And we were questioning, and you said the hand signal. I bet that's what the call was earlier. That we
on that 2-point conversion.
I think that might have been it.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. It was. You're right. Hamlin slings it. First down. Laser beam at the 50. Caught on the far side of the field. That was Alex Young. Need to ice the hands after that ball came huzzing in at him. Hamlin really stepped into that one. Nice pickup there. What, Keith's looking at, what, 20, 25?
29 yards.
29 yards. I score basketball, I score baseball while we're broadcasting. I don't usually score a football game.
Well, I'm just keeping track of the plays, number of plays, and how many yards. I'm not keeping individual stats. That's a little too much.
Well, too, I'm usually solo. Though I will say for Durfee, I was lucky. I had 2 of my former classmates who were former players and former coaches as well. B.J. McDonald and Jay Springer. They both alternated with me for Durfee football during the regular season, and it was great having someone else. Football, there's so much going on. If not for just having someone to talk to, you need another set of eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, there's just too much. You get 22 players out on the field.
Yeah, it's also
it's
a larger view,
and
too.
a large view. There's so much happening. Pressure.
Wide open.
Yeah, wide open. There was pressure on the QB, or at least at the line. And then he got the pass off. That was complete there to Josh Brandon. We've seen him a few times be in the middle of some good plays for the Cowboys tonight.
2 big chunks, 12 yards on the run before, and this one is a 16-yard completion. And they're just outside the 10-yard line at the 11.
Red zone once again for the Cowboys with 75 seconds to play here in the third. Clock is rolling. They do that in high school, but it's got to be, I think it's got to be like a 30-something point. Like
It's got to be a big deficit,
Yeah, you got to be way down to just roll it. Fire into the corner. That's going to go long. I don't think he's...
Oh, he caught it, but did he get it in bounds?
I don't think his feet are in.
Oh, he got it.
Wow. Touchdown for the Cowboys. Row, row, row your boat. Alex Young getting the feet down miraculously.
That's the third touchdown reception for Young tonight.
Yeah, the trifecta. And the wide receiving core living up to the billing. Every touchdown's been in the air, right?
No, they've been 5 touchdown passes.
All in the air. So that shows you the accuracy of Hamlin and the confidence in the receivers.
Go up and get it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, look at that pass. Seriously, he worked for those 6 points in the corner. Because where he reached for the ball was clearly out of bounds. It's where the feet are, obviously, but that was heck of a reach. That was impressive.
Do you know at this level, do they need 1 or 2 feet in? Do you know?
That's a good question. I'm actually not sure.
Because it would have been tough to get 2.
That's why I said I didn't think it was even possible that he had 1 foot in.
They do need 2 feet. Yeah,
yeah?
They need 2 feet in.
Okay,
so.
well, they did then. Going to the corner again for 2 points. Knee was down. Was he in? The official doesn't know. He's looking for help. No signal yet.
No, I think it was incomplete.
Incomplete. Okay. The back judge, though, on the back of the end zone, he was looking for help. He didn't see it.
So now it's a 36-8.
36-8, and that's the first failed 2-point conversion. No, second failed.
No, they missed one in the first half.
Right. So 36-8, and the Cowboys putting it to the Titans tonight.
So after that one good defensive stop to begin the half, the Cowboys pretty much took over where they left off in that first half with very easily scoring. It was only a 5-yard drive there, 80 yards, gains of 12, 29, 12, 16, and 16. And if my math is correct, that equals 80 yards.
Yeah, that was a good drive. That was a good drive for the Cowboys. That was one of their longest drives in terms of time. In terms of
definitely
time,
was the longest.
Distance and time of possession. That was
actually, I take that back. Their second touchdown drive, they started on their own 13-yard line, so that was an 87-yard drive in the first half.
That was the one after the punt when they pinned him back.
Yep.
But they scored very quickly on that drive, whereas this drive, they took about 4 minutes off the clock, which is still not a lot, but they had some plays. Like, you know, it wasn't just like 2 shots and then you're in the end zone. Good kickoff. And it's Barros who has it. Barros has had a nice night on the ground. And he's used his size to his advantage and using it here. Gained an extra 2 or 3 yards out of that before the whistles. Tough to tackle. Well, why not? Keep things a little light here with the game starting to get away here. Sox, Yanks. Bottom 6. Sox have just scored their 5th run. It's 9-5 in favor of the Yankees, who, let's see, had another 4-run first inning. Thanks to, it was capped off by a home run, so the Sox were down early. And after 4, it was 9-2. Story and Dahlback homered, and then Bogarts got a ground ball RBI here in the 6th to make it 9-5. So they're chipping away, kind of like last night. Just couldn't come away, couldn't make the comeback official. Well, they're chipping away.
Oh, it's tough for 2 nights in a row when you get down early, so quick.
Yeah, well, it's also tough when you have not won it's July and you have not won a series against a divisional opponent. That's a problem. And that one.
Well, there's that.
That one to me is on the front office and on ownership. Last year the team was very good, but they overachieved. And in a lot of ways, but they had a lot of good like baseball guys, right? Good characters. They got Cora back, that sort of thing. But in a lot of ways, it reminded me of 2013. That team was not a superstar team, but the Boston Strong thing, got behind. The team got behind that. After the tragedy at the marathon, and the characters they had, they overachieved, but they had something to play for. As the third quarter comes to an end here, and that's a lot of what. Again, last year kind of reminded me of that. I didn't think that was a great team, but they overachieved. And they got down to the ALCS. That was way more than I expected. But I think ownership got cheap and lazy.
Yep.
They expected the same result this year. And you're seeing the glaring pitching issues that they had last year are still showing themselves here this year. Thank God they sent Robles down. Oh, my gosh. That was he was really having a rough go of it. So I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I mean, the run that they went on in June was great, but they also beat the teams they're supposed to beat.
Right.
I mean,
right.
Really. Meanwhile, the Yankees have over 60 wins already, which the pace they're on is really credit is due. They're having an amazing season.
And as Red Sox fans, we don't like to see that.
No, we don't. But I mean, it is what it is. The only thing we can hope on is that, they have another great regular season, and then they're going to end up choking in the playoffs, because that's happened a lot lately, too.
Yeah, with the Yankees, and it has.
Surprisingly, it has, So, we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. Still a lot of season to go, but the division is, all but wrapped up. Second down, and another
Cowboys
loss.
read that well.
Oh, they certainly did, and that's more yards lost for the Titans, going in the wrong direction as we've begun the fourth quarter with a 3-yard loss. Looking at 3rd and 15 now, backed up to the 28-yard line, 29-yard line.
And this may be a telling drive for the Titans and probably even for the Cowboys in some way, where they can stop them here. May want to play a little bit of let's eat the clock a little bit more and head back home, and for the Titans regrouping for next week, where they start that difficult four games in a row on the road.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is that really the first two on the road, they're not going far. Chelmsford and in Rhode Island. That's a deep pass down the sideline.
Got him.
AC Jr. with the catch. No flags. And a perfect long ball from AC. How about that?
52 yards.
Longest play. The Mustangs and Panthers. Mustangs are in West Haven, Connecticut, and then Meriden is where Falcon Field is, where the Panthers play out in Connecticut. That's kind of between New Haven and Hartford.
That's decent drive.
So those are good. Those are good travel, good places to travel. That's going to be decent trips. But the next 2 weeks on the road, are within an hour. That's not terrible. Let's take a look at. I had them here. Scores. Oh no, the league. Here we go. Navigating the site. The Cowboys. What do they have up next? Take a look at their schedule. Next week. Okay, they have the Southern New England Admirals. They play out of Bridgewater, I believe, at the Corrigan. Oh no, excuse me. They're playing at home. They're hosting. They're not on the road. They're hosting. Yep, they're hosting the next 2 weeks, in fact. So they'll have, because they're hosting the Titans in 2 weeks from now for the rematch.
So another good play there. Barrows with the short pass, and going to be 1st and goal inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, just when it looked like the drive was dead, another big one play. And the Titans down in the red zone here and knocking on the door, hoping for another score here. Pass outside, cutting back in.
Got it.
That is a touchdown. Titans.
Penna.
Penna with the score on the pass from AC. That makes it 36-14. That happened pretty quick.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
again.
Seriously.
Again, just like with the Cowboys, this was a five-play drive, 65 yards total. So well done for the Titans. It's good to see on offense.
Yeah, and if not for anything, again, now you found the end zone twice. You've gotten some rhythm on offense. You got to build on that. Slingshot is no good. Sidearm throw there from Comer. Nobody was really there. It looked like maybe Fonseca was crossing, but never where the ball was thrown. There were no receivers.
Right.
So maybe a misroute there. Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque or something. I don't know. 36-14, but the Titans do find the end zone here in the fourth quarter.
Evan coming up with a Bugs Bunny reference.
That's right. Yeah. What's up, Doc? Looney Tunes. Oh, my gosh. There was, I used to watch those cartoons when I was little all the time. That was like, when you had a sick day from school, it was like the cartoon marathons on like Nickelodeon and stuff. That's all I used to watch.
Well, they don't play, man. I mean, when's the last time? Do they even air them anymore?
I don't know. Some of those were really funny. I used to enjoy watching that stuff. So waiting on the kickoff here as they reset the field. My favorite was always the Road Runner and the Coyote.
Yeah, Coyote never caught a break. They could never catch a break.
Those I always enjoyed. Those and Tom and Jerry. I always liked Tom and Jerry.
Now getting back to the Coyote and the Road Runner. Now was Acme back then the Amazon of today? Right? You buy everything from Acme.
Right.
Acme Anvils,
that's
Acme
funny.
whatever, right? They must have been the Amazon of the day.
Good point. That's funny. I never thought of that. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Titans ready to send it deep. Here we go. Line drive kick this time. And it's taken on that far side.
Still on his feet.
Yeah, good return again for the Cowboys. Man. More words after the play. Can't see who that was. Tough to tell.
Couldn't tell. When
No.
they're on the far side of the field, it's not easy.
I know. Well, and you know what, too? The long hair. The locks blocking the number.
Yeah.
So, but a great return. The Cowboys.
Yeah, good field position again. Now, again on the Titan side of the field at the 47. And, last time they had the ball. Actually, last time they had the ball, they had it at their own 20. But when they started the half, they actually started at the Titan 40-yard line. That's when the Titans had their best defensive stop.
That's right.
Of the game, 3 and out.
Yeah, a few times here that we've seen the Cowboys start in enemy territory, start their drive. So
there's a foul on the play. It's going to be against both sides, I believe.
No, another disqualification as well. I didn't hear the number that time.
No, I didn't either.
But more unsportsmanlike conduct. That's unfortunate.
So on the far side of the field, this is the first play of the drive, but the sticks are not in the right place. Sticks need to move 1 yard to our right.
Yeah, everything's off. Oh, we're getting the bad news. We can see it on the side. Malik Clark, number 28, has been disqualified. And while we're looking at that,
Monroe, another touchdown.
Another touchdown for Monroe. One play to the house.
47 yards.
And a 42-14 score.
Again, that one wasn't it wasn't really it was sort of a modified jet sweep, as he was on the field and just came to this side of the field, and the Titans weren't there to seal that corner.
No.
Seal the edge on the near side, and it was an easy 47-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, once he broke free, full steam ahead. I mean, man, he could fly. Speaking of which, the drone just made another appearance on the screen.
Well, if that's a Cowboy drone, they're gonna be happy for what they see.
Oh yeah, they got some great
angle.
highlights, because it was flying up the field chasing after Monroe as the play was happening. So they've got some great stock footage, that's for sure. Another 2-point conversion. Neither side has attempted a kick here after a score. Seen a lot of points tonight. 56 total points between the two sides, and that total could go up here. Oh, another bad snap. It ended up going directly into the hand of Marquise Jones, and they got it. So it almost turned into it was like a direct snap, as you know, after it was certainly targeted too high. They were going to Arroyo coming in for that. But interestingly enough, it turned into a direct snap to Jones. Whatever works, I suppose. It's a 30-point advantage for the visitors.
Yeah, 44-14, and right now Ryan Nave is warming up on the near side for the Titans, so we may see him enter the game for the first time.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it's out of reach. I would say it's out of reach.
Yeah.
Just based on the time and the deficit. I mean, you don't like to just mail it. Anything can happen, but 30 points in 11:38, highly unlikely.
And you get some players. AC Jr. just took off his pads. He's done for the night. He's also limping a bit.
Yeah, that's not good, because this is his first game suiting up. He was not in the first 2 games of the season.
Was he injured?
I don't think he was injured. He just wasn't here. Coach didn't allude to anything when we were going up and down the lineup.
Yeah.
So, the roster rather. But Barros and looks like, is it Penna down? No, Barros and Fonseca back deep for the kick. And oh, sorry, yep, Penna's here. Penna's actually not as far. He's on the near side here. And they're not going to him. They're going to Fonseca. Takes a hop, and he's able to gather it, and he'll cut back in. Still on his feet through the tackle, and now it's, wow! Like something
suplex.
Goodness gracious. That looked like something out of, like, Monday Night Raw. A wrestling tackle.
Like I said, the old suplex.
Really? Holy cow. Stopped him dead in his tracks and put him down. Good return there from Fonseca. Takes it to the 47 of the Titans, again, right around midfield. He'll feel that in the morning, I'm sure.
A good thing, hopefully he's not working tomorrow.
Yeah, the pads only do so much. They really only can do so much. Drove him into the turf.
All right, so Ryan Nave is making his first appearance of the game today at quarterback, as AC is just going to be content to serve as coach the rest of the way.
Yeah, we'll see what Nave's got now. The offense got some points on the board. Found some things that have worked. You know, going back to the end of last game, second half of last game into this game. So last 5 quarters or so, the offense has looked pretty decent. 5+ quarters, better than that first game, of course. And, the first game really was not a terribly played game. The offense just really didn't have much of anything. Late hit there. That's a flag. 3 flags. That was well after the whistle.
Well, I can see why it's after the whistle, and the flag is because it was after the whistle. But
yeah.
But on the other hand, if I can make the argument, you know, Hartgrove wasn't down.
No.
He could have gotten away. It was just a quick whistle, and
yeah,
that's the reason why they're going to call the personal foul late hit.
Yeah, and that's why the Cowboys are not happy with the call, because they know he wasn't down. He was still pumping his legs.
So it was a pickup of about 4 yards, and are they not gonna tack it on? Apparently they did wave it off.
Oh, there you go.
So it's actually not a first down. Second down.
No,
now they're gonna do it. And the ball is going to be marked all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Cowboys.
Yep, spot foul, 15 yards. And it takes the Titans into Cowboys territory. You know, I was talking about week 1. It was 12-0 for most of the game.
Yeah.
And then in the fourth quarter, they threw a pick 6. I mean, but that's ultimately, it was a very close game. So last week was more the blowout. This week's kind of a blowout. Oh, wow. Again, a little more after the play.
Yeah, more big hits here. And, you know, I can appreciate when teams, you know, play it through. But on the other hand, you know,
right.
Cowboys, you are up by 30 points.
So no gain. 2nd and 10. Yeah, for the Cowboys, this should be a run out the clock situation here.
Yep.
But they don't have the ball, so they want the ball, and they're going to go at it. And the clock is rolling. 8:40 to play as the Titans line up.
They look like they want to come.
Yeah, really. They are, wow.
Almost picked off.
Almost picked off. Loss of yards. Forward progress not happening. They brought the house.
So it's going to be a 3rd down.
3rd down and 12. Giving him a loss of 2. Lucky he kind of turned in a little bit, because where he got tackled, it would have been a loss of 7.
I'm trying to figure this out, how on the 1st down, after the penalty, there was no gain. 2nd down was incomplete. How did they lose 2 yards is what I'm trying to figure out here.
No, it was complete, but he was tackled
Oh,
back.
It was complete. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
It was complete behind the line
Behind
of
line of
scrimmage.
scrimmage.
And
Okay,
then
I thought
they
it
brought
was
back.
incomplete.
No, he caught it. So negative yardage on this drive, despite a completion. Line drive to Barros, and Barros is going to be taken down. He was down. He's had a great game.
He's had a fantastic game. It's going to be another 1st down.
He's come up big almost every time he's had the ball. I like it. 1st down Titans.
Yeah, it was about a 16-yard gain.
Yeah, they got the ball at the 21. So knocking on the door to the red zone again. I'd like to see them score one more time. Just because Nave is in there, honestly. Give him a little bit of confidence, too, coming in off the bench. It'd be nice to have them grab another touchdown here before the end of the night.
He's got a man open.
Yeah, he called for it. Down into the corner.
Got it.
Touchdown! Confirmed. Great pass there from Nave.
Looks like it's Penna.
Penna reeled it in. And Nave from the 21 heaved it into the corner of the end zone. 44-20. That was a beautiful pass.
That was, and you could see it. We had a great angle here. You can see that Penna again had that separation.
Yeah.
And Nave threw it far enough so it wasn't underthrown, and it was a great play by both Nave and Penna. Pulled that in. You know, and in some ways, as much as, you know, the Cowboys are explosive offensively, speaking with Coach Hamblin before the game, he was concerned about the defense, still being able to stop the Titans. And the Titans have definitely proven that they've made some improvements on offense since that second game.
Going for two. With 6:03 to play. Nave, quick pass. Oh, nice move. Cuts around the defender, hits the pylon. That should be good.
Ooh, they're going to say he went out just before. I don't know. I mean, the ball did hit the pylon.
The ball hit the pylon. He was leading with the ball. So how did he couldn't have stepped out. He was diving head first. I'm not so sure about that one. Lamar Hartgrove gets the bad news. So it'll be 44-20. The Titans do score 3 times tonight so far. I just pulled up our live feed on Facebook, and it looks like his knee was down before it touched the... Oh, it's bang, bang play. How do you see that? I'm not seeing conclusive evidence that he was...
Yeah.
That he was down before. Very tight play, though. But it does appear maybe a split second early that the knee was
could have been down before the ball crossed the plane. Yeah.
Down in play just before touching the pylon. You decide at home, folks.
You make the call. You remember those?
Yeah, you make the call. I have no influence. We're just calling what we see.
I don't know if you're old enough to remember those segments in the NFL. It was a 2-minute warning. It was always a package piece called "You Make the Call." It was a play from either previous years or earlier that year, and you know, it was always questionable of what the call was.
Oh.
Touchdown. That's why I reference "You Make the Call."
Yeah, I don't remember that. I'm sure my dad does, but I don't remember that. That actually sounds really cool.
Yeah.
To look back at, you know.
Now they have to readjust it. They had the ball in the 30 where they need to kick off on the 35.
There we go. Hey, though, good drive. Again, the Titans, you know, finding the end zone here. A little too late, but good to see that. This is going to probably end up being a touchback. Yeah. It went right by Dunstan Payne.
And the Cowboys are lucky on that one. If it was a little short of the end zone, that could have been a free-for-all.
Yeah, really. So the touchback will bring the ball back out. With 5:56, the Cowboys go back on the offensive. Will they pile it on or will they run it out? Let's see.
Well,
what the game plan is.
I would think if they want to, you know, conserve some energy, and because they're playing next week as well.
Yep.
They may want to get some health and you know, run this out. I don't see Hamblin out there unless he's coming in last minute. The quarterback. I don't see, because he's tall.
Yeah,
I do not see him out there.
No.
So maybe his night is done. And we will see a backup coming in. And one of the referees has to go back to pick up the kicking tee as it was not taken off the field.
Oh, it's Arroyo. So Arroyo was kind of stepping in as QB for some of the two-point conversions. And he's going to be the one calling the plays, at least to start this drive, but we would imagine for the remainder of the game. And they hand it off. That's to Delonte Wright, number 21.
Oh, fumble, ball's on the ground. The Titans have it. Was a fumble. And it was recovered by...
How about that?
Sam Ejazi, if I pronounce his name right.
Ejiasi.
Yeah. I apologize. Yeah, he picked up the fumble.
Well, the first turnover for the Cowboys. And the Titans will go back on the offense here. So much for running it out. The Cowboys have passed the ball quite a bit tonight. They run it, and they coughed it up on the ground.
And if the Cowboys get the ball back, you may see Hamlin back out there. Although it wasn't the quarterback's fault. It was a running play. He actually had a first down and more over to the 43-yard line.
No, it was a good run. But just coughed it up, couldn't hold on. Coming up on 10:30. We got 5:27 to play in a high-scoring game here in Week 3. Some of the most offense we've seen. This is Week 4, excuse me, Game 3. The most offense we've seen so far this season. Combined, I should say, to be specific. So good spot here, 43, 44-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Titans. Nave hands it off. That's Hartgrove.
Wow, still on his feet.
That's a great run. He worked hard for those 6 yards or so, 5 or 6 yards. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like it's at least 5, maybe 6. That was a really good run. Pumping the legs through traffic and refusing to go down. Yeah, picked up 5. And now they just need the 5. Oh, they're ready to blitz. Look at the line there for the Cowboys. All leaning in at the line of scrimmage, ready to jump.
I think they're anticipating a run.
They were.
They did.
Hartgrove diving or falling across the 35. It's going to be very close to the first down.
Going to be a couple yards short, I think.
Looks like a yard, if that. So 3rd and 1 from the 34. Well, fans, if you happen to join us late, we talked earlier that a weekly sports show called the Fred TV Sports Report is coming back here for the summer. It's been around for the last, 10 summers. And particularly while the Titans are on the road, we will have updates on the show as to where the Titans are at as they pick up another first down. So just because the team will be away for 4 weeks doesn't mean that we won't have some Titans coverage. We're not traveling for the road games. However, we will make a few stops at practice prior to August 13th, which is the next home game. And then in August as well prior to the final home game, which is September 10th. So We had a big cluster of games here, 3 straight home games over 4 weeks. And now the final 2 home games really going to be stretched out. So, but don't forget, Fridays at 7:30, the Fred TV Sports Report. And we will have updates from the team, from the coach, from practice, etc. And if any of the other teams have coverage of their games, you know, we'll be in touch with them to try to get some highlights if we can to show you on the report as well. Keith, what's going on at FRC Media down the street?
Well, right now is an interception.
What a pick! Holy cow! Young came flying in over the intended receiver and then scooped it out of the air because he jumped so high. He had to reach down for it. That was incredible. So the interception, the third pick thrown by Titans quarterbacks tonight, the first to Nave as we've hit the 2-minute warning here in the 4th.
Yeah, that was a good play by Young. He was able to jump. He saw the ball, got in front of, I don't know who the intended receiver was down in that area, but was able to jump in and get it. And we're also at the 2-minute warning, so 2 minutes left in the game. And I think if you're the Cowboys, you're probably going to be content to kind of just run out the clock.
Yeah, well, that was what they were doing originally, but you know, before the fumble, it looked like they were going to try to run it out, and that didn't go as planned. But now they've got it back as both sides are trading turnovers here. But I had started to ask you what's going on over at FRC Media down the street.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Obviously, we have our weekly news program that we do every Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Replays Fridays at 5:30 on Channel 95. And we're doing a lot with music. Lucy Cabral, who works for us, you know Lucy.
Yeah.
She's really into the local music scene. We've got a lot of local musical talent that we're showcasing on a number of programs. So it's been really fun.
Nice. You can't go wrong with music, ever. Oh, that's a lateral, and that's a live ball. Cowboys will pick it up. I'm not sure what that was about.
Well, Arroyo had it. Arroyo's the quarterback,
right?
And he took off with it and tried to pitch it back, and he threw it too far behind, and that's going to be a loss of about 3 yards.
But see, like, to me, why are you doing that? You're up by 24. The clock is rolling with under 2 minutes to play. What benefits?
Well, you can run out the clock. You just need to really just take a knee.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Titans have timeouts they could use, but you're chancing another turnover, and then you send your defense back out there. What's the point? You're up by a healthy score here. There's no reason to kind of mess around.
And if you're the Titans, there's no reason to even stop the clock either.
No, we're not talking about a one-possession game here, and they're not stopping the clock for that reason.
This may, you know, if the referees are lenient with the play clock, this could be the last play of the game.
Yeah, it could.
Unless there's an incomplete.
They're going to pass it. Coming near side, and it is incomplete, which will stop the clock.
No, they'll start it up again, I think, when the ball is set.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing.
Right.
So thank you for inviting me tonight.
Are you kidding?
Evan, this was great. It was fun. It's good to have 2 people in the booth. As you know, doing the game solo sometimes has its challenges, especially when you're at a game where there's a 24-point deficit.
Yeah.
Either way, whether you're the ones winning by 24 or losing by 24.
Right. No, absolutely. It's always good to have a broadcast partner. And, again, I appreciate that you're pinch hitting for me in August. So, again, Titans fans, Keith will have the call when we have home game number 4, August the 13th. And then I will be back for the September game, September the 10th, as this one is 5 seconds away from going final. Clock has expired. Play is on the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
And guess what? The Cowboys are going to score to end the game. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Titans. Excuse me, Cowboys. My goodness. Wishful thinking.
That was sort of a rub of salt in the wound type touchdown.
And now things as time has expired here, the They do not. Obviously, the game just ends on that play. They don't have to go for a 2-point conversion here, right? This is done.
I don't think so. I think the game is gonna be over. It's gonna be a 50-20 game.
That was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that on a final play, honestly.
Well, again, it was set up for him.
Yeah.
For Monroe again. That would be, I think, his 4th touchdown, or 5th touchdown of the night.
Seriously. Well, the offense of the Cowboys, Keith, lived up to the billing as both sides here are shaking hands. We'll come back to the booth one last time. Yeah, the Cowboys offense came in and showed exactly what everybody was saying they would be, and that was very prolific. The good news, Titans put up 20 points tonight, found the end zone, got some offensive rhythm going, and I think this is going to help them down the road here. It is only game 3.
Yeah, and well, the interesting thing moving forward is, again, how they try to tighten up the defense.
Yeah.
Because, unfortunately, it's gotten worse for them, right? 18 points game 1, 27 points game 2, 50 tonight. So that's not trending in the right direction if you're the defense. So that's something that the coaching staff needs to focus on when they resume next week. And, again, it's not going to get any easier because 4 straight road games, and it's always tough to pull up a defense on the road. And we'll see how the Titans can do.
Well, that's the final word here from Mac Aldridge Field on Friday, July the 8th. Thank you for tuning in for more ECFL coverage on Fred TV. For Craig Salvador, David Montero on the roof, getting our shots tonight, my broadcast partner, Keith Tebow. I'm Evan Massoud saying so long from Durfee High School. Keith will be back with you for Game 4 of the home schedule on August the 13th. Until then, stay tuned for the Fred TV Sports Report weeklies on Fridays at 7:30. Enjoy a good weekend.